You are in the process of making the transition between one world and another. Many of you have had your consciousness stepped up in vibration, more keenly aware of all that is around you, drinking in the pure waters, seeing the reflection of God all about you, hearing the soundless sound, trumpeting a new song, a new awareness of the old familiar identity of the voice of your own God presence. Long ago, you entered into this stream of life, incarnating here upon the earth so that you might have a greater appreciation for all that God had prepared for you in the bounty and the blessings, to allow you to have every necessity of life, every opportunity, and marching forward on your journey, you with the pure consciousness embarked upon a glorious, ideal atmosphere about you, thinking surely it would always remain. You would never lose that awareness. But as you began to make misjudgments, sowing into the seeds of your life karmic patterns that mounted up as veils of illusion, clouding your conscious awareness of what had once seemed so glorious as the nature of God to behold. Having received the dispensation of the balancing of 10,000 years of your karma, has once more returned your consciousness to a greater awareness of what was laying beyond those veils of Maya, revealing to you patterns of identity of your own Christhood that you had long ago forgotten. It is my joy to entertain in your consciousness, by the prompting of my presence, those areas of enlightenment which are just within your grasp, if only you will strive, trying with all of your might, sticking to those disciplines that have become a way of life for you, and being conscious of the details of your life that might otherwise siphon off the precious energy required for you to fulfill those glorious attainments. I, Leto, understand well how easy it would be to slip back into the old garments, not so far removed from your awareness at present. Perhaps even more familiar than this new vehicle of light that you now don. Oh, how easy it would be to allow the circumstances of your life to catch you up once more in the old habits. You can be assured that they will remind you at every turn. But many of you have understood the importance for your own life stream to stay the course which you have embarked, to call forth sufficient light daily to keep you galvanized in the white fire core of purity that your heart desires to maintain as a momentum in your own life, magnetizing to you all that you require to gain your mastery and attainment, fulfilling the divine mission of your life, and being in the constant state of preparedness for your own God presence to utilize your mind, your emotions, your actions, most especially allowing for the love of the heart of the presence to pour forth from your own heart, even as it is in this octave, so close at hand. Many will wonder why there still remains in their life certain necessities that are, for some, most painful, and the way has not been shown to overcome those energies lodged within your vehicles of consciousness, needling away at your life to some great comfort. There would be the pouring forth of the light of the presence, washing those energies out and away into the vastness of the sea of universal light. For others, wearying of the constant struggle, would give up and fall beneath the pressure of those necessities of life. I draw these lines of demarcation for you to have a greater appreciation for the cycles that you will find yourself. For there are no areas that you will not be required to call forth sufficient light to deal with your life. You will not be able to coast any longer. By the grace of time, thinking that surely it would be some time before you would be required to balance that particular karma or circumstance of life. The clearer you are of the veils of Maya and illusion, the more quickly do you have presented to you the areas of your own karma to balance. Be wise. Maintain your communion with the heart of God, so that as you desire to pour out the nature of your own God presence into the nature of the pranic breaths, fashioning, forming, creating, taking dominion, you will have all that is required with which to be God victorious. Elemental life has never been given the grace of mounting up karma and waiting for it to return. That does not occur where there are those forces of nature moving, fashioning, creating by the command of the Christ. This is why, when there is a state of cataclysm that occurs, instantly elemental life is able to return to their pristine consciousness, unburdened. It is the mounting karma of the sons and daughters of God that have for so long burdened elemental life. Once it mounts to a certain point, that life force must throw it off in order to continue to be in this octave responsible and responsive to you. So you see, blessed hearts, your own body temple have requirements that are dependent upon those areas of life that you lead. You learn firsthand when there is dis-ease in your own body temple. The same is true of those life force across the land for the earth body herself. The more that you are able to hold in your vision the purified atmosphere, not only just surrounding your own vehicles of consciousness, but for the entirety of the earth, you will have a continued pouring forth of the cosmic currents from the heart of Elohim and cosmic beings to assist you in the purification of the earth body. You are dependent upon the state of affairs that surround you, just as your own God presence looks to the state of affairs of your own body temple in accordance with the fulfillment of the desire of the presence. If you throw caution to the wind, ignoring what is prudent, what is wise for your own life stream, how do you suppose the collective whole of the sons and daughters of God could fulfill bringing forth a golden age for the earth? Each one is responsible for their part in the golden age. Some have greater momentum, some greater causal body, having won and mastered many of the glorious attainments required to set in motion more of the divine plan for bringing forth a golden age. It matters not whose causal body is greater if there is not the responsiveness in the outer vehicles to the Holy Christ presence. For that is the office and the mantle that your presence has determined can anchor the light and momentum into these vehicles that you wear. So you see, blessed hearts, you are one in the heart of the presence. You are one body in the heart of the presence, one mind in the heart of the presence. And thus, these outer vehicles you wear are to be in the service of that one. Let the heart of your God presence so flood forth through your life that all that you touch, all that you taste, all that you hear, all that you feel is the purity of God in the momentum of serving God in life. And having that momentum propel you onward into this new world of which you have entered. Let the cool waters flow over you, refreshing you, renewing you, and magnetizing you onward to the ascension in the light. I, Leto, commend you to your new life. Call to me, should you need to be reminded of those areas of life you should not ignore, and of those areas you should give no attention to. Let your heart speak in the voice of your own Christhood as you fulfill your divine destiny in life.